So the Carolina Panthers are in a weird situation for this upcoming season. Spent a lot of money in free agency, and they traded for Deontay Johnson to try to double down on the Bryce Young situation. They want to see if Bryce Young could be the quarterback of the future. And squad-wise, they're actually a pretty decent squad. They're a very winnable division, the NFC South. So let's just see how this ends up going. Oh yeah, by the way, I added Steve Smith Senior in his prime to the 2024 Carolina Panthers. So Bryce Young now has a new wide receiver 1, and he's a 99 overall superstar X Factor. So I guess that could also help out a tad bit. Cam Newton very much benefited from Steve Smith Senior. Let's see how well our boy Bryce Young does. Week 1, they lose. Okay. It was divisional, so I'm not going to put too much into that. Week 2, they play the Chargers. And let's see if this ends up being a loss or win here. It's where week 2 is always the longest week to sim. Alright. They lose back-to-back games. Come on, Bryce Young. You play the Raiders, man. Finally, they get the first win when they play the Raiders. Let's freaking go. Play the Panthers. Okay, they played the Bengals. I said they play the Panthers. Play the Bengals week 4. They lose that game. Now they're 1-3. Play Chicago Bears. Now they play Atlanta in Carolina. This should be a lot easier of a matchup. Apparently not. They play the 4-2 Washington Commanders. It's going to be the one franchise video I make where the NFC South is actually a really good division. I just have this random feeling like this is going to be a thing. Well, they beat the 4-2 Commanders. That's actually good. But right now, 5-2 Saints, 5-2 Falcons, 3-4 Bucks, and 3-4 Panthers. Lordy, that is a very interesting NFC South. They beat the Broncos 17-0. Then they play the Saints. I apologize if you hear my chair squeaking. They beat the Saints. Then they play the New York Giants, who are 2-7. And they lose to the 2-7 Giants. They could have went into their bye week with pretty much almost leading the division. Shout out to that. 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 2,200 yards. In 10 weeks, you have 8 touchdowns, Bryce Young. Whew, okay. And you got Steve Smith Senior as your number 1 wide receiver, my man. You gotta have to pick that up a tad bit. They also picked up Clowney this offseason, by the way, from the Ravens. They picked up Nick Scott from the Bengals. And now they play Week 12 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. At least the only good thing for them, it looks like the division, the NFC South, is being the typical NFC South where everyone has the same record. So that's like the one positive for the Panthers right now, is that it's never done with. This division's never over because everyone has the same record the whole entire year. That's why the NFC South is such a weird division. All right, so back-to-back losses right there. Now they play the Philadelphia Eagles. See how this turns out. They got destroyed by the Eagles. They play the Dallas Cowboys. Bro, what is the ending part of this schedule? Hold up. So after the bye week, they play the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Eagles, Cowboys, Cardinals, Bucks, Falcons. Well, this they have to play their division, so that's not really a big deal. But this right here, Chiefs, Eagles, and Cowboys? Okay. Yeah, no. The NFL did not give the Panthers any type of leeway room. They finally owned their first round pick, and now it just is absolutely absolute awfulness. Wait, do they own their first round pick? They might, unless Madden's incorrect. I believe they now officially own their first round pick. The Bryce Young trade is over. And they finish off the season with a 7-10 record. So, did Steve Smith Senior make them a better team? Yeah, I would probably say yes to that. But I don't think he really projects them to an amazing level. Because at the end of the day, you know, wide receiver can only do so much. If your quarterback goes out there and throws 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, I mean, yeah, there's only so much he can do. So he did have 1,001 yards, but only 3 touchdowns because, again, Bryce Young really did not throw many touchdowns at all. A 7-10 record is right around what you would expect from this team. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that he added to it. Because I feel like without Steve Smith-Senior, this team in Madden terms, real life, I think they could be like a 5-12 team. But in Madden terms, this team would probably be like 2 wins. They'd probably have 2 wins in real life. I mean, sorry, in Madden. In real life, probably 5 wins. But in Madden, probably 2 wins. So I think Steve Smith probably helped them to get to that 7-win mark. But now we have Bengals versus Niners. And that is the 3rd time. Yeah, 3? Yeah, 3rd time the Niners has beaten the Bengals in the Super Bowl. That is insane. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Steve Smith-Senior came back. Wasn't able to get the job done, though.